almost done. Let's see. Hello from Fountain, Colorado day. Tomorrow it's back east. Nice. But um, so yeah, I've been working on the charger pretty much nonstop. I've been working on it every day, all day long, and it's just a lot of sheet metal fabrication, a lot of stuff going into it. So today I almost finished the driver's side. I only have one little piece to make for to connect the Magnum piece to the charger quarter panel right in front of the quarter window. So it's getting really close. So tomorrow I should be able to pretty much finish welding up everything on the driver's side, and then the next day, and probably get most of the stuff started to weld on the passenger side, and then the next day I probably could get all of that stuff done, grind it all down, and then I wanted to have a video out tomorrow, but I didn't get as far as I thought I would today. So unfortunately, it probably will be like a Wednesday video, and then I could get all the sheet metal 100% completed, and then just the next video after that, I'll probably end up body working it and priming it and having the whole car in primer. Once the car's in primer, I'm going to make the roof, finish the hatch, and it will be getting very, very close. So I can't wait to see it in primer. That is the biggest thing. I mean, I've just been doing so much sheet metal work, so much welding. I'll just be so happy to finally actually be able to spray some paint on it and make it look all one color, so it looks like a car. Because right now it's silver and black and just like bare metal and stuff like that. So it's getting there. So it's just been a very, very big process. But the closer I get to actually being able to spray some primer on it, the more excited I get. Let's see, howdy, what's up? When completed, am I keeping or selling it? So I actually plan on, like I've said before, I plan on keeping it. Probably, I don't know, I'd say a year or two. We'll just kind of play it by ear. I want to do a lot of stuff with it and have some fun with it. But when I finish it, I want to give away the Hellcat, and then I can drive that. That'd be like my next, not really a daily driver, but something I drive like 2 or 3 times a week, and just kind of alternate between that and my truck like I do with the Hellcat. Obviously, winter's coming up, so I won't be driving the Hellcat as much. I'll just be driving it on the nice days when there isn't a bunch of snow on the ground, and all the sand and stuff they put down for the snow is pretty much kind of washed off the roads. But yeah, it's most likely just going to be my new alternate daily, I guess I could call it. My truck's my daily. It could be the alternate. I also have the FC as the alternate, and just kind of eventually I'll do another project, and then once that project's done, I'll most likely give away the Charger station wagon. So we'll just kind of see what happens with it. I mean, I do plan on doing a few giveaways this coming up year, and we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I want to give away the Hellcat, and I think the Hellcat's a good car to start off with to see how it's going to do, and then then I'll free up a space in the garage. I could park the Charger in the garage, and then I won't have an issue with having something sitting outside, which most likely I would just put the FC outside instead of the Charger. But yeah, it's getting there. So let's see, hope to see it in Denver soon. So I plan on, like, once it's finished and I could drive it, I plan on driving it quite a bit. So I want to take it to meets and stuff like that. And there's a few events, and I also want to do some, races here and there. I also want to try to do some road course stuff with it, because it will be all-wheel drive, and it should be able to put some pretty good lap times down. So I'm not really a fan of the whole, what do they call it? It's not SCCA. It's the parking lot events they do. I forgot what they call them, but most of the time, every time I see the people that just lined up, there's a bunch of people, and it seems like they only get like a couple runs a day. So I don't plan on doing any of those, but maybe like at a track or something. Maybe maybe take it to Sonoma. I wouldn't mind doing that. That'd be kind of cool. I know they have a few events at Sonoma, Road Atlanta, and where they let people, they have events where you could take your car and drive it on the track. So that'd be kind of cool to take it there and do a few events like that around the country and just kind of see what it'll do and see if it'll hold its own. I mean, it should handle like a Charger slash Trackhawk, so it will be interesting. Let's see. Good to see an evening show. I can catch you still live. So yeah, I did say that a couple of live streams ago that I wanted to pretty much alternate the live streams. Each week I'll have an early and a late one. So more people, everybody's schedule is not the same that watches my channel. So it just gives everybody the opportunity to kind of be able to see it live, since not everybody can tune in at the same time every Sunday. So I think it works out. Any plans for a build after the Hellwagon? I'm not sure. I have a few ideas. I actually have quite a few ideas, but we'll see what happens after the Charger. I definitely want to build a new truck, but I also want to, build kind of it'll be kind of a big project, but I want to do something with like a newer F250, F350. But yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. I don't know. I definitely want to do a new truck, but we'll see what happens with that. But I do have a few ideas. I might, after the Charger's done, I might end up actually pulling my 240 out of the shipping container and getting the whole core support and all that stuff fixed, drop the VVL in it, put a 6-speed behind it, get that thing 100% back up and running again and looking good. And that was my high school car. I did have it. I mean, I've had it since like 2005 or 2006, something like that, for a very long time. So I would like to see it running and driving again and actually looking like a car, instead of just sitting around. I mean, it would be more fun to drive it, especially with a 500 or 600 horsepower SR20 VVL. But we'll see. Let's see. Outstanding / Charger got me hooked on your channel. Can't hardly wait. So yeah, I know I did want to post a video last week. I was planning on doing one Friday, and then it just seems like the sheet metal fabrication, it's just a lot to think about, how I want things to look, how things are going to go. I have to think very far ahead. So I had to make sure that when the door molding is on there, that the core panels and everything are going to line up with that, and the sheet metal for the roof line is going to look correct. So it's just a lot to think of, and fabricate and then weld it, and then after it's all welded, I have to body work it, which the body work will be relatively easy, I think, because everything is already so smooth that I shouldn't have too many issues. In the places where the quarter panel warped, probably just going to stud gun those out. So, I don't want a bunch of filler in there. If I could stud gun them, all the low spots out, then I should have a lot better and easier time body working it, which will also help on the time situation with getting the car in primer. Also, at the end of the day, then I won't have to have a bunch of filler and stuff on there, so I won't have to worry about it cracking or anything later on down the road happening to the paint or the body work. Let's see. Next year, take it to Mopar National. So there's an event in California that I want to take it to, but we'll see if it's finished by then. I'm not sure. They might not even have the event. They didn't have it this year, but hopefully they have it next year. I do want to take it there, though. That'd be pretty cool. Good afternoon, Dave. Hope all is going great, as can be. Thanks. Let's see. What size wheels and tires are going on the Magnum Charger? So I'm probably just going to keep it at 20s. I don't want to go any larger than 20s. And for the time being, I might just throw the Trackhawk wheels on there, get some new tires, maybe even have the wheels refinished, because they are kind of, I think 2 of them have some curb rash, but the other 2 just kind of got, the fire just damaged the coating on the wheel. But they should work fine. They'll be wide enough for the wide body, and then they'll also I could put 325s on those wheels and not have any issues. And then later on down the road, I could figure out what wheel and tire setup I want to do, and what offset, and if those tires and wheels the offset isn't correct or it's a little bit off one way or the other, I could change it once I get newer wheels. Do the hearse wagon next. That looks like a pretty cool render, but I don't know if I want the next project to be such a crazy project, because this one, especially body fabrication, just because this one's it takes a long time. I can't make as many videos, so I kind of want to maybe the next one not be so. Maybe I'll do, this one is a pretty difficult project, and then I'll do like maybe an easier project where I don't have to do as much body fabrication. And then maybe the next one after that, I'll just kind of alternate like I do the live streams, just so I'm not just overwhelmed and not having any content on my channel, which kind of is a big thing. I mean, if I don't have a video that is going to be worthwhile, I usually don't post anything. So, it's been like almost 2 weeks it's been like a week and a half since I posted a charger video. So we'll see. Let's see. You're one of the few that care to answer fan questions. Appreciate it. No problem. Made it to one of your live streams, Ashley. That's nice. Hell yeah. If asked, would you build another one for a customer? So the issue with actually building one is if I did build another one, I would most likely just buy a wide body charger and then just just modify the rear. The issue with that is the wide body Hellcats. I guess you could get a scat pack, but I don't know why you'd spend that. It's going to cost a lot of money. There's a lot of fabrication. If I did do another one and I did do it the exact same way, I would probably just pull molds off of my quarters on both sides and just I was almost thinking about doing this with mine once all the body work's done. I could just literally pull molds off of the whole side of the car, get the quarter panel, and then I can make a carbon piece of the body, and then it'd be one piece. But I don't want to go too far ahead. It wouldn't be that difficult to do, but then I would have to pretty much pull the quarter panels back off, line everything back up. It'd just be an extra step, which I really like how everything lines up right now. And then I just have to glue everything together, which it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it would look really cool as a full carbon body, which I may end up doing eventually. But yeah, if I do another one, most likely that's what I'd do. But like I said, a newer scat pack, I think they're like 60 grand. Wide body scat pack, they're like 60 grand, or the Daytona Hellcats or the Hellcats, I think they're like almost 100. So you'd be shelling out like $100,000 plus what it costs to build the car to have a wagon. Somebody cut your brand new car up to make it into a wagon, which you pretty much have to buy the car outright to be able to do that, because I don't think the bank would like that. So I don't know. It would have to be discussed. I mean, the price tag is going to be pretty steep. I mean, the fabrication, I don't even know how many hours I have in this thing, but the first one is always the most difficult. The second one, as you do more, you find little ways around stuff. But at the end of the day, you need two cars to do this, and it's just kind of a lot of process, a lot of money. And if somebody wanted it done, I would say it probably cost almost $175,000 to $200,000 all said and done after you buy both the cars, all the parts, and have all the fabrication and stuff. So it's not one of those things that I think is going to be I don't think I'll have a bunch of orders for people to have me do these things, which I wasn't planning on doing them anyway. But if I did have somebody that wanted one bad enough and wanted to pay for it, I most likely could bust one out in around. I think I've put like 6 months into the maybe less than 6 months into the body. I waited a long time for the parts, so probably 6 months turnaround time, which I don't think is too big of a deal. But let's see. What's up, buddy from New York? Not much, Devin. How are you doing? Did I hear in the last live you sold drivetrain out of the other Magnum to a buddy? Are you gonna collaborate video of your helping install the Dodge truck? So yeah, I did. I actually still need to bring the fuel tank, but I started making a video, and he's not actually building it. He's having a guy that I know put it together. So right now that guy is repainting a Supra. So I think once he's done with the Supra, he'll put all that stuff in to pretty much put all the drivetrain and everything in, which it'll look a lot better. It'll actually look like a truck. I'm not exactly sure if he's going to need me to wire it up or not. It seems I've kind of pointed him in the right direction of what things are, what things he needs to keep. But I'm sure he's going to have some questions to ask. So we'll see. I mean, I do plan on making a video to wrap up the video of me pulling all the stuff out of the Magnum. But yeah. Let's see. Can you do a Lincoln Town Car wagon? I'll buy one once you're done. The funny thing is I used to have a Lincoln Town Car. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get these likes up. Hell yeah. Collab coming soon, you and Kevin Van. I seen the comment. Oh, I seen he commented collab. Oh, I didn't even notice that. But I mean, literally, if I have so the Demon and the Challenger, the bodies are pretty much all the same. Actually, they're pretty much the same unibody, but I still have that Scat Pack Challenger body just sitting around, which I doubt that rail's bad, but that center pillar, I could pull that one out of my car, and all you'd have to do is order a quarter panel. I mean, if he ordered the parts, I mean, it probably wouldn't cost him that much. I know how insurance companies are. The good thing is on that car is it was sitting in the driveway. When I saw the video, it actually looked like the good thing he did have slicks on it, because the breakaway friction on them, because they're cold, was once the car hit it, it literally slid the car. I feel like if it had like a very sticky tire that, or something that wasn't dependent on heat, that it would have stuck to the driveway more, and it would have been harder to push across the driveway, which I think really helped the car, because how it looks from the video, it doesn't actually look like it's that bad. I mean, the quarter panel is kind of smashed in a little bit. The door is a little bit smashed in, but it's hit right in that pillar in the back. So the front of the door shouldn't be affected. I mean, I have a door. You could bolt that door right on and then get the pillar and everything lined up. How the car hit it, I don't think the actual, which is kind of a pain because they're full of foam, like I showed you guys on the Charger. When I took them apart, there's the lower rail. I think that is unaffected because the car hit it so high. So if that's unaffected, I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal to fix that car. But you know how insurance companies, they just try to total everything out. The good thing also was the car wasn't running, so none of the airbags went off. So really, at the end of the day, I think that the car could be fixed for, I feel like $5,000. I'm not sure what color it is underneath. I mean, depending on the paint and what color it is, I mean, it definitely could be fixed for around, I'd say $5,000 to $8,000 or something like that. But I'm sure the insurance is going to pay for it. It can maintain a clean title, and then you could have a fixed Demon again. I mean, they are worth a lot of money. They didn't make very many of them. It is worth actually fixing it. And literally, how I fixed my Hellcat, you could fix the car and not have any issues at all. I mean, it probably doesn't have any issues as it is. driving wise. I saw a few comments. People were like, this thing will never do over 150 again. It probably do 200 how it sits. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if he needs help, I mean, I don't know where he's actually at, but um, I mean, I have plenty of parts, and it would be cool to actually fix the demon. We'll see what happens. So you taking it to Springfest in Irvine, California? That is the plan. Carbon wide body would be a sick build. So it's eventually going to happen because, like I said, the roof's going to be carbon, the hatch is going to be carbon, bunch of other miscellaneous stuff's going to be carbon on it. To make a mold of the side of the car to make a carbon panel, it wouldn't take very much. So it may end up coming. I might if I do that, then I'll have to do door skins and stuff like that. But that'll be later on down the road. I mean, I'm already making the car a lot lighter than it was. I also am going to get some seats for the car, which I need to buy another car for the seats. So I'm going to incorporate another Chrysler into the Charger because I want the seats out of it. And I'm not going to say because I want to be the first person to put these seats in a car, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think once I do it, everybody's going to stick these seats in their Hellcat. So, are you going to buy that Supra from your Instagram story? Please, for me. So I have been wanting a Mark IV Supra, but that's so I do have the opportunity to buy a Mark IV Supra, but I'm building the Charger, and I have, a lot of funds tied up in the Charger, and I don't want to deplete, I don't want to pretty much put money towards a Supra that is a project to then, I need to build the Charger. So that's my main focus. If, once I'm done with the Charger, if that Supra is still available and the guy still wants the same amount of money, I'll most likely just buy that Supra from him and then finally have a Mark IV Supra for the exhaust that I have, which will be awesome to have that exhaust on a car. But yeah, that's just some guys that's at the body shop that Dodge truck that the 6.4 is getting swapped into. So I thought it was pretty cool. It's just a Mark IV Supra, I guess. Where is my grandmother? She is in California. She lives in California, but she'll be here for Christmas. So we'll see her in Christmas. Have you thought about a U conversion? I have thought about it. If I did one, I'd probably just get a Demon or a Red Eye and do it wide body. Let's see. I'd like to see a 90s truck build. That'd be kind of cool. I think he needs to find a MR2 to put a four-wheel drive chassis drivetrain. I don't know. I've wanted an MR2 turbo for a while, like the I don't know. Are they Mark IIs or I think they're Mark IIs, but I haven't found a good one that I could pretty much fix. I mean, I really don't want to buy one that's already done, but I wouldn't mind finding a project one. I was looking at a Starion, but it's so far away. I just don't want to have to go and get it. Is the whole issue right now. Which car are you most likely to sell for that Supra? I probably wouldn't sell any cars to buy a Supra. I'd probably just buy one. But like I said, I want to finish the Charger first. So the issue is I just don't want to get in this spot where I have, a bunch of stuff going on where, it's worth what the guy wants. And, I think it would be a pretty quick project because all I'd have to do is, do some stuff to it and probably build an engine and, put a 6-speed in it and stuff like that. What's good, Dave? Was wondering if it is possible to wire a 2015 Charger dash into a 2006 Dodge Charger and wire up the gauges and connect, or would I have to swap the body? I would swap the body harness. I haven't actually done it without swapping the body harness. So most likely what I think you would have to do, since the newer gauge clusters and everything has, it's ran by CAN bus, and I think it's a different version. So maybe you can get a controller to make everything work, but I don't know if anybody makes one. So it's one of those things where I haven't done it. I think the easiest way would be to just swap the whole interior and just the whole wiring harness, which, like I've said before, you just have to get a whole car for that. But um, I mean, if you find anybody that does that, I mean, it'll probably cost a bit of money. So um, if they make the CAN bus converter, that is. So I don't know if this was asked already, but do you plan on fixing that demon that got totaled by the drunk driver? So I haven't heard anything. The guy hasn't reached out to me. I mean, it just depends. I mean, that'd be a cool collab. I don't know where he lives is the issue. I mean, that's one big thing, and it depends if his insurance is going to fix it. I mean, if he has insurance. I mean, some people pay cash. I'm in this Detroit stolen group, and it seems like a lot of people that have Hellcats pay for them cash, and then they they get them stolen and they don't have full coverage on them, and then they're mad about it. So it just kind of depends on what his situation is, and it'd be kind of cool to see that thing come back to life instead of it going through the auction. And it's just it's just one of those things. I have access to all wiring diagrams. Oh, what's going on? I have access to all wiring diagrams. I need to custom wire it. I think you need a CAN bus converter. Devin Motorcycle Mechanic. Here's a couple dollars for some seat hardware. We want you to be safe. So the good thing is the seats that I'm going to put in the Charger are going to be factory seats, which they'll just bolt right up, which will be nice. And they'll have the airbags. To me right now, MK4s are like firearms. Everyone is overpricing them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. It's supply and demand, but there's a lot of people selling Mark IVs that aren't worth what they are. The only ones that really are worth money to me are the left-hand drive ones are worth money, but the people post the right-hand drive ones and they want like 50 and 60 grand for them, and I'm just like, there's no reason those cars should be that much. It's a right-hand drive Supra, but I would never buy one. Someone obviously is buying them, but yeah. Let's see. Late 80s MR2, please. I don't know if I could actually fit in one of those. I know I could fit in the newer style ones, but I don't think I could fit in one of those. SW20s, like what Trevor got, just stole his. See, the only issue with that car was it had rust and stuff on it, which I really don't want to have to deal with. So Starions are wicked. Yeah, I really wouldn't mind getting a Starion. The engines in them are less desirable to me, but just the body and everything, I do love how they look. They're so wide. It's one of those things. Chrysler, it seems like Chrysler always made wide cars throughout the like Chrysler, Mitsubishi. It seems like they've always just had these like super wide cars, which is always made them cool to me. Hey Dave, can't wait to see how you make out with Rampage. So I mean, I should have this thing primered. I shooting by the end of this week, but I need to go and actually pick up some cars for my dad from Oklahoma. So, Thursday I'll be in Oklahoma, and then probably leave like Saturday. I need to go by the DMV in Oklahoma too. But yeah, I mean, probably by next week the car should be in primer, and then I could make the roof, make the hatch, and then once all of that stuff is finished and made, I could go, and by that time that primer would have the primer should have shrunk enough, had enough time to shrink. Then I could pretty much block it out and seal it and let the sealer sit for a couple days, and then I could spray the color on the car. So the color on the car is coming very quick. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I can't wait to actually see. I think I'll have paint I think I'll have the body of the car sprayed by probably the mid November, maybe before then. We'll see what happens. So I'm very excited about it to see this car actually painted and just kind of go from there. I mean, it's been a long process, and I'm just really excited to see it almost look like a car again, look like something, not look like a bunch of different colors and ground down and welds here and there. And for a long time it was just all cut up in a million pieces. It's just going to be really exciting, and I'll be super pumped once it looks like a car, and just to see all the wide body stuff on it. All the planning and welding and all that stuff's just coming to an end, and we're actually going to see pretty much a finished product. And then I need to start working on the drivetrain and get the subframes made and everything. So it's definitely coming quick. Let's see. Can you wire in the full body harness into the 2006 Charger components? Yeah, you should be able to. So the thing you have to do is you pretty much just take all the harnesses. You take the door harnesses. You have to pretty much swap the window motors, and you pretty much just swap everything into the Charger, or from the newer Charger into the older Charger, and everything will work. So it's just a lot of swapping. I think the engine management systems are different generations. So yeah, you would have to, because with the gauge cluster is pretty much ran off of the engine computer. So I don't know how you would, because all the mileage and stuff, if you take the engine computer out, the gauge cluster doesn't want to work. So it like puts it in like a default because it's keyed to the VIN number and to the engine ECU. So I would just get a 6.4 scat pack Charger and just swap everything in, and you'll love it. I mean, it'll be the best thing that you probably ever do, and the car will just be a lot more fun. Let's see. The door connections are different. I think the door connections are actually the same, because the Challenger harness actually plugged into the door connectors on the front doors of the Magnum. So they were the same on the Magnum, but I don't know about the Charger. I put a 392 engine in 2016 Pursuit. I'm running the 5-speed, obviously. So what's the best option for the tranny tune? I'm not sure. I'm guessing HP tuners might, you might be able to go in there and tune the transmission, but it's a lot more horsepower than those trannies were really ever meant to handle, especially if it was an all-wheel drive model. So you may run into issues there. So that's why I didn't end up using the 5-speed all-wheel drive tranny out of the police car, because I didn't want a weak link. That's why I went with the Trackhawk drivetrain and transmission, because I know that transfer case, I know the front diff, I know the transmission's going to be able to hold that 1,000 horsepower, and I could drive across the country and not have to worry about it. So if you're having issues with the tranny, it may be because it's almost 500 horsepower, and they never really were made to handle that much power. I don't know what just happened to my phone, but it's being dumb. Let's see. Go back. How's the weather? It's actually not too bad. It's a little chilly today, but I still wore a t-shirt. So let's see. Why Chevy come up with spider injection? It is horrible. I've never even heard of it. Can't wait until you finish the wagon. Me too. I want it to be safe more than I want it to be completed quickly. I mean, it's definitely going to be safe. I don't think I'll have any issues if I'm in that car and it gets in a wreck. I'll feel completely fine. I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to make me feel that anything's gonna happen to it. If I roll it over, if I get rear-ended, if I get hit in the side, if I, do anything with it. I mean, if that thing gets hit and then, a stock one got hit, I don't think there would be any difference between them. So let's see. I don't know why I just randomly had my live in your recommendations. Yeah, I don't know. Because he's a good dude. Thanks. So, I mean, I don't really want to do this live stream too much longer because I have a few other things to do. I need to do laundry and stuff like that because it's getting later in the day. But I'm definitely happy that the charger is getting close to being done. And once I actually get the subframes and all the all-wheel drive stuff under the car, I've already had the engine and transmission in the car once, but once I finally get it all mounted in, get the engine built, I need to order the pistons, I need to order the rods, I need to order the crankshaft, and I could send the block off. Not sure if I have to get the block sleeved. I need to look into that. I probably need to do that this week because I need to start ordering all the parts. So then I could send the block off to the machine shop, get it 100% machine, get everything good to go. Then I could put the engine back in the car. Then I need to figure out who I need to send my heads off to get CNC ported. And then just kind of figure out what I'm going to do with valve train, if I'm going to do titanium valves and beryllium copper valve seats, and just kind of figure out what I'm going to do with it because I want it to make power. I want it to be reliable, et cetera. Like I've said about the whole project, I want it to be reliable because I want to drive it around. So I just have a lot of things to think of, and I'm not sure if I really want to supercharge it at first or if I just want to go straight to turbochargers. It's one of those things. It's just a lot of decisions to make, but I want to get this thing together as fast as I can, just because I want to drive it. I also contemplated because I might end up getting another Charger Hellcat just for interior. There's a few coming up that have the interior colors that I want. I want that caramel color. So that being said, if I do get another Charger Hellcat, I might just drop all this stuff from that into the car so it runs and drives, and then figure out the turbo setup, get the 426 built, and just kind of go through everything and get it, 100%. So then I could still drive it around rear wheel drive. Then once all that stuff's built, I could throw the all wheel drive system in it and everything, and then have just like a swap in a couple of days instead of it being down while I'm building all this stuff. And then I could cruise it around and get the feel for it, and be able to kind of show it off with the rear wheel drive stuff in it. So that's another decision. There's just so many things I've been thinking about, but I really think getting another Charger is the way to go, just so I can get a bunch of interior parts like door panels and stuff. Or I was also thinking I could take the SXT door panels and modify them, have them reupholstered. I was thinking about, I could have the rear seats reupholstered. I could do like a custom interior how I want it. I was almost looking at some of the Audi interior, and I really like the diamond, the diamonds in the seats and stuff like that, like the whatever you call it, where they stitch the diamonds in there. And then I could work on interior colors with that as well. So it's a lot of things to think about, and that's really how the whole project has gone. I have had to be in front of the project the whole time to know where the project is going, to actually be able to build the project. And that's kind of how I do all my projects. That's why some stuff takes longer than others, especially like the FD. I'm designing a bunch of parts for it, and then I'm way far ahead of it. But the time it takes to get all those parts manufactured and get them back and stuff like that, especially with how things are now, everything seems like it takes a lot longer to ship back, and you have to wait for parts that are back ordered and stuff like that. So hopefully we don't have any issues like that with the Charger. I don't think we'll have any issues engine wise, and I may end up sending the transmission off to be built, even though it has low miles, have it built to handle the like 1500 horsepower. There's a company, I think they're in New York or somewhere back east, and have them actually get 100%, go through everything because it wasn't a fire, but I don't think there's any issues with it. So let's see. Kobe, if it's suggested, hit the like button and follow. He is currently building a badass charger. Hellwagon. Thanks, Jacob. Are you going to post parts? Twins. You got rum in that drink. No, it's just sweet tea. So it's a special sweet tea I make. I used to buy sweet tea, but then I just started making my own. That kind of does look like a drink, though. That wouldn't be bad. Let's see. You're doing a great job. This project, someday I will be back in the shop and working on my project. Keep up the quality work. Thanks. Thanks for all you're working on. Hold on. Thank you. Hold on. Thanks for all you're working on. Looking forward to the completion. Be safe and have a great time. Thanks. Let's see. When you take time for adult beverages, they're normally long overdue. That's funny. So we're almost to the 50-minute mark. So I'm going to end the video here. I have some other things to do. I want to get ready to pretty much get all this stuff welded up and ground down tomorrow and almost get the passenger side finished so I can get this thing closer to actually being painted. But thanks for tuning in the live stream. I should have another video. Actually, I'll have a video out sometime this week of the charger, so stay tuned for that. And it'll be pretty much all the fabrication to get the car 100% ready for primer. I actually have a video half made, but I could post it and make another video, but I'd rather just have the last video that I make right now, the completion of all the fabrication and all the sheet metal, so I don't have to make another video and then start body working in the middle of that video. So thanks for tuning in to the live stream. Tune in for the video. It'll probably be, I'd say, Wednesday, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I could hopefully get it primed by the end of next week. We'll see what happens, but see you guys next time. Tune in for the other videos, and later.